Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've been behind the camera here, but I've been super busy. Had my bachelor party for my wedding coming up here next month, and then I was also in another wedding, my future brother-in-law's wedding, and then I came down with the COVID, so I'm still kind of battling that, but I think I'm on the downhill slide of it, and I'm just gonna get out here for the first time in almost a month and do some fishing. We hit it pretty hard this spring, had a couple weeks off, and then hit it really hard again for about a month straight. So it's kind of been going in waves, and like I said, I haven't gotten out and done any fishing or made any videos or done anything like that for a while. I have gotten out and checked some trail cameras and done that kind of stuff a little bit, but it's been a busy life and getting sick and all that stuff and working on top of that whenever I can. It's not easy to keep up with all this, but we're gonna go out today, and if I can throw together a good video, that's gonna be awesome. I'm out on pool 8 today by myself, obviously. I'm still probably contagious, but going out on pool 8, gonna see if I can figure some stuff out up here. I've been out here a few times on my own and have made a few videos out here, but you know, I got a lot of things that I think I can explore and expand upon and probably catch some really big bags, but it just might not work out today. So, you know, right now when I'm making this intro, I don't know what's gonna happen. Absolutely no idea. I haven't even been fishing in almost a month, let alone been on this pool or on the river or anything. So I'm gonna get out there and just see what happens today. I'm sure we'll catch some fish, but it's just gonna be the matter of if the cameras are rolling, how many we catch, how big they are, all that kind of stuff. But hopefully it all works out. We can have a good day out there, and I don't feel like crap too much and have to come back in, but I don't know, we're gonna give it a shot. See what happens, guys. Just lost one a little bit ago. Finally got one in the boat here. Just a little guy. But I'm liking what I see. There's a lot of life around here. So we're gonna keep digging in a little bit. Biggest one I got. I'm gonna spin around and see if I can hook one of the other ones too. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Caught this one right here. Had those other ones chasing. I actually lost a pretty good one too. Well, I never got the hook in it, but I seen it come up and grab it, and I gave it a second, set the hook, and just completely missed it. But that right there is what you get. Trying to find the needle in a haystack, that's what you'll find right there. thought it was hung up. Sure as hell that was a fish. Definitely found a good concentration of fish, and look at that sucker right there. Oh yeah. Look at how he's hooked too. That's what I'm talking about. So, as you can see, doing the same thing as where I caught that last one. And there's just this really deep cut that comes down through this slough. And I'm talking like 10 to 20 feet of water coming through here. So I'm targeting these cut banks, and there's just so much structure. You don't realize it when you're going down these banks. They all just look so plain, but once you start picking them apart, there's little logs down in there, there's little cuts, little clumps of dirt, grass growing on them, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's where these big largemouth and sometimes smallmouth like to sit. But look at that, we haven't crushed them today. I think we finally got into an area that has some fish in it, so we're probably going to pick it apart a little better here, and I bet we'll catch a couple more. But that's the kind that we're looking for. This is the kind of stuff that you like to try to find. That way, if you can get your limit right away in the morning, you come and upgrade with a couple of these. But that's awesome. We're gonna get it back in the water and keep on fishing. Oh, man. That was a big sucker right there. Big sucker. He fell off right at the boat. Son of a gun. I just broke off on a really good one again. Broke my line. It's the bad thing when I'm not set up perfectly with this. I switch my rod, and I have 12-pound fluorocarbon on here, which usually isn't bad. But the thing about doing this is you're flipping in, and sometimes when you're setting that hook, you might only have 10 feet of line off the end of your rod. So you're not allowing for very much stretch in your line whatsoever. And if there's any weak spot, even if there's not a weak spot, if your line's caught up on something, anything, it could break off. But dang, that sucks. We did get a couple good ones out of there that you guys saw, but you also saw me miss a couple. I missed a couple too that I don't think I saved on the GoPro, but son of a gun. That first one that I missed, that was a big fish. And then this one, it was definitely 2 to 3 pounds, but it wasn't a giant by any means. But we're gonna get things rigged back up. We definitely got a good pattern going. We got some fish located, so we're gonna make sure that hopefully that doesn't happen anymore today. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm switching out some baits, but I'm actually gonna be rigging up the same setup that I was just running. I'm running kind of a heavier weight, anywhere from like a 1/4 ounce to even a 1/2 ounce weight. I really don't think you can go, I mean, you're not gonna wanna be throwing like a 1.5 ounce weight if there's not a bunch of grass that you're trying to punch through. But you know, I don't think you can go too heavy. A lot of the times you're just punching down right into the grass or along the grass lines. You know, you're trying to just get that bait down there and pull it right back out and get it into the next spot. It's almost like a reaction bite. You're just trying to you want to keep plucking it in there, pulling it back out. So yeah, like I said, we're switching over, gonna do the same setup, but I got 45-pound braid here. I honestly would like to go a little heavier than that because we can get away with it, but we're just gonna, I think 45 pounds should be plenty. And that's really all I got to work with, other than my punching rod and my frogging rod, which I already have rigged up. I don't want to mess with that stuff. So yeah, we're gonna hurry up and get this stuff rigged up and start fishing down this, probably run back up that bank where we got those last few bites, and hopefully we can land a few more of these big ones. Let's go. Okay folks, so one more quick thing. I'm just finishing up rigging this up here, but I just wanted to mention I'm switching over from fluorocarbon to braid, like I said. So when I'm fishing with fluorocarbon, I'm usually going to use the improved clinch knot. And if you guys know what that is or don't know the term for it, I'm pretty sure that's the correct term, but it's basically just that like knot that everyone learns right off the bat, where you put the line through the hook, spin it like 6-7 times, and then put the tag end back through the loop at the very bottom, and then back through the big loop, pull it tight. Super quick and easy, and I use that 90% of the time. Now with the braid, it doesn't have any stretch. You're putting a lot more pressure right on that single loop that's going through your hook, through the eye of your hook. So I don't like to use that with braid. Every once in a while, if I'm in a tournament and I'm in a big hurry, I'll just do it. And I'm not proud of the fact that I do that, because it's really not that much harder just to tie a Polymer knot, but it's so easy. It's what I've been doing my whole life. But I usually go with Polymer knot when I'm running braid, especially flipping. I mean, you do not want to try to get away without it, because the advantage here is you have 2 loops of line going through your eye of the hook, and that's just double the strength when you set that hook and you're jerking, and all that pressure is right there on that hook. So it's definitely the knot you want to go with. We're gonna see if it works out for us here today, if we can get a couple more bites, and hopefully this slight adjustment can land us some big fish here going on for the rest of the day. Smallmouth. Well, first one we caught since we made our adjustment. Took a little bit. I kind of fished a couple other stretches and didn't get any bites, and then came back to this one, and there we go. We got a fish off of it. Oh man, kind of made my heart skip a beat, because I thought it was going to be a giant, but first smallmouth of the day, so it's kind of cool. There we go. Man, I just dropped it. There's a mud drop right here, and I just kind of let it sink down right off the edge of it, and this thing just smacked it. I'm basically still just sticking to that cut bank thing, but instead of having it right up against the bank with the grass kind of hanging over, like I said, the drop off was about 5 feet off the bank, so I brought it off that drop off, let it sink, and that's when it got hit. But yeah, that's a nice smallmouth right there. Little one, but it's a beautiful little spot. Love that bite, just flipping into the grass there on a bank. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Just leaving a spot, got a few bites here, caught a couple little ones, and lost a really big one. I broke my line, and I don't know if it was maybe a northern, because as soon as that thing got tight, it was gone. I mean, I didn't even feel any weight, and the thing was broke. So 45-pound braid, I'm pretty sure that had to have been a big northern. But anyway, we're exploring. I'm fishing all new water today, and the way that I'm fishing, I feel like I could probably be catching more fish if the sun was out, because there's a bunch of these grass clumps, and there's a lot of water underneath the grass. So I'm kind of pitching and flipping around all those grass clumps on the steeper banks, and we've caught some fish doing it. They're definitely relating to that kind of stuff, but I think it'd be a heck of a lot better if the sun was out, they'd move up underneath that stuff. But we're just gonna keep at it, keep on exploring a little bit more and see what we can find. There we go. We're lacking on the size, but it's good to get a bite every now and then. Keep that confidence up. It's easy to get spun out when you're just doing this for hours without getting a bite, but just like that, you could get a good stretch, catch a couple big ones. That's how you catch a giant bag. Yep. Look at that sucker. I haven't caught very many nice northern this year. There we go. Missed him the first time, got back in there and got him the second time. Well, not a great big one, but a keeper size fish. That's the first keeper size bass in a long time now, but it's another bite. And like I said, we're getting bites doing what we're doing. I do think it'd be a lot better had the sun come out, but either way, it's still fun. I love fishing like this. Just flipping into tiny little spots, and you just never know what you're gonna set the hook into. Oh, here's the one that I just missed. A lot littler than what I thought it was. All right, we got the Great Value brand Carolina rig. Oh my gosh. I actually got a big one. I thought it was just a whole bunch of tiny little suckers in here. And I just hooked like a 3.5 pound smallmouth. First cast on the little Great Value brand Carolina rig. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get this thing in the boat. Let's turn the camera this way. expecting this one single bit. A couple little dinks down in there, and I was just messing with them, just trying to figure out stuff that they bite on, a way that I could just catch like a 14-incher. First cast of this, and I got a nice smallmouth. Lost a shoe. These river smallies just do not give up. They do not give up. There we go. He's got a big old meatloaf eye sticking out. It's kind of gross. He wasn't coming off. But yeah, look at that eye. It's kind of gross, but I'll take it. Like I was saying, we're in some shallow stuff. Just a bunch of dinks off that rock pile there, and there's kind of a sand drop, so I started throwing the little Great Valley brand Carolina rig, as I like to call it. I just threw a split shot on there. I was throwing it weightless, and then catch this thing. That's awesome. All right, let's get it back in the water. Gross eye. Get it back in the water and get another one. There's another decent one. Not big, but I mean, yeah, this one might not even be a keeper. Okay, that's the size right there that I thought was, this is all I thought was in here. I had a bunch of these, and that last one definitely surprised me. We got some supper. Alright guys, that's gonna be all she wrote for today. Probably not gonna stop and hit anything on the way back, but I'm quite a ways away from where I put in this morning, so I'm gonna start making my way back and get the boat loaded up. You know, it wasn't a crazy day by any means, but I got out and I explored quite a bit, and I tried a lot of things that I don't usually do. Fishing a lot of grass, and just trying to find a needle in a haystack type of thing. It's nice to get out and just explore and try different things when there's nothing on the line, days like today, but I'd say it went pretty good. We caught some fish, caught a few good ones, had a potential for honestly a pretty big bag, but you know, I think if we spent a couple days out here practicing for a tournament, we could put something pretty good together. But that's gonna be all she wrote for today, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you later.